We'll see if that works. She loves seeing you, John.
Oh, I know.
She loves seeing you.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. Craft Computing. It's starting live. Check that out.
Starting live. Hey, we got a tweet over here.
All right. Unsubscribe. All right. Now I can get going.
Welcome, everyone, to Talking Heads, Episode 8. I counted this time. I'm Jeff.
I'm John.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us tonight. No one's joining us yet. We'll see. Maybe they got the tweet, too.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right.
One subscriber.
937.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm moving up.
I think I was like number 30.
Yeah. You know what? Episode 1, I think I had 60 subscribers.
Wow.
So we're 8 episodes in, and I got almost 1,000 now.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. What do you want to drink tonight? We got... What is this one? Founder's Dirty Bastard. Scotch Ale.
I do like that.
That sounds pretty good.
It does.
I've also got a couple of these back here. I was thinking about the Bifrost.
The winter ale?
The Bifrost.
Bifrost?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like good too. Good. Both should be nice, malty, spicy beers.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right, Ruby. Say hi to everyone.
It's my car keys. Can't open that with car keys. There we go.
I'm sure there's people out there like, watch me.
Yeah. Well, I've done it before. And crack it on the countertop.
Oh, yeah. I know a guy who like just used his wedding ring.
Oh, yeah.
And then I tried doing that, and I was a little baby, and I was like,
John, think of the beer.
Well, I think at the time, too, it was like a Budweiser or something like that he just had in his fridge. And it was like a twist off, too, which was really even worse.
Yeah.
So just like, oh, hang on. Oh, now I feel even worse.
So we are drinking an Elysian Bifrost Winter Ale. It is an 8.3%. Oh, that smells good.
That is nice.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Got a nice spicy.
Yeah, roll the intro here. That is really good.
Yeah, it's got like a citrusy middle note to it, and then a little bit of spices.
Little spicy. Yeah. It's almost kind of sweet, and then gets that citrus in the middle, and then like a bitter spice on the end. That's really good.
Yeah, very nice complex.
Cool. Yeah.
I mean, even though Elysian is owned by InBev, every now and then they still do come out with a decent beer.
This is one of the ones that was purchased up. They still kind of run independently. Yeah. Kind of.
Most of the time with these, again, these are a little bit smaller. They let them basically still run as they were. They just need them to produce more of it.
Yeah. It also gives them access to a better distribution network.
Exactly. So, but then they're usually having to brew it more consistently, so they can't focus on specialty stuff too much. Yep. So, but still, people do narc on those breweries. At the same time, I don't narc on them too hard.
Yeah, if you make good beer, I'm still going to drink. Yeah. So. As much as I try to drink all craft and really all local, because we have so many beers here in Oregon. Yeah. I think last week I drank one from Colorado, and if I'm out at the bar or whatever else, typically my go-to would be like a Widmer Hef, which is still an independent brewery, but they're pretty much the largest brewery in Oregon. Yeah. They're my go-to. If I'm out and about, Blue Moon.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to like Blue Moon, not, but yeah, I'm an F guy. Usually, what I go to, that is my go-to. If I go to a bar, my actually go-to is, have I never had that?
Right.
And that's just me. I just want to experience the weirdest, whether it is industry beers or craft beers. If I've never had that beer, okay, I want to try that. But then
I was over in Cannon Beach not long ago, over on the Oregon coast, and there was one of those. I'd never heard of the brewery before, and to this day I don't remember what it was, but they made like a wildflower beer that was really interesting, and I've only ever found it there.
Cannon Beach. I know a lot of those breweries out there, so
yeah. This was like a pizzeria with. Oh, okay. It was that place that's downtown.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There's also Cannon Beach Distillery, which makes some really good whiskey.
Really?
Yeah.
Our friend Dan, he's opening up his brewery.
Yes, Ratchet Brewery.
Ratchet Brewery in Salem, Oregon will be opening up soon, so that'll be really cool.
Yeah, he got his OLCC all cleared, and they're a couple weeks away from opening to the public.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Breweries in Oregon, again, they always pop up everywhere. It is literally like a Starbucks here. Instead of that, we have alcohol.
Yes. Yeah, we drink in the evening instead of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Except when I'm on vacation and I drink in the morning too. All right, let's get into news today. Right. This one actually happened last week.
But I still found it funny.
It's hilarious. And this crops up from time to time. You find out these local bars or breweries or restaurants doing deals that are dependent on the performance of a random sports franchise.
Yeah.
There's been a couple in Portland that have been burned, but the Packers are on kind of a downstretch, and gosh darn it couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch of guys. But anyway, there's a Wisconsin brewery in Milwaukee that the Bavarian Beer House in Glendale, which is a suburb of Milwaukee, they do a deal every Sunday where if you come and watch the Packer game on Sunday, they will give you free beer from kickoff until the point the Packers score. So every pint that you order is free.
Yep.
Last week, the Packers were shut out by the Ravens.
The whole game.
So they had to give out free beer for the entire game. And in fact, someone pointed out, you're going to go out of business. Mark Harmon, or Hamrin exclaimed. He says, free beer all week? Because Packers haven't scored yet.
If you go to their website, though, the promotion is still up.
Yep.
I believe, though, they did change it to say Sundays only now.
Yeah, Sundays only. So
I think that's where that tweet came from. Because I think it was just until the Packers score.
Whenever you see the boilerplate stuff on the bottom of websites or promotion deals, there's always a reason behind it. So whether it's a warning label or a only valid in this state for this time, or...
But it was just fun. I had a good smile at that. I was like, sucks for them, but I wish I was there.
Yeah, I am not a Packer fan, so that just fills me with so much joy.
Yeah. It really does. Actually, surprisingly, my wife started getting into football, and she wanted to pick a team, and she was like, well, I like those commercials, those insurance commercials. What team do they play for? I was like, oh, the Packers. Oh, they make me laugh. I like them now. Okay, and then what was very funny was the week that happened, I think it was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then they played, that was when Brett Favre got injured. And she was like...
Aaron Rodgers.
Sorry, and, even further back, but Aaron Rodgers got injured and was in like the first 3-4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, broke his collarbone.
And she was just like...
Vikings or Bears?
I think it was the Vikings.
I think,
you know, it was like right after the Seahawks or something. It was like third game of the year.
Hello, Ruby.
And
you cannot have my beer.
She was just fighting up a storm. It was like, I finally pick a team. So I was begging her to go and pick all my opposing teams. Like, please pick them because you seem to have this great power over quarterbacks.
Yep. The Cowboys are self-inflicting damages this year. Why don't you go for the Steelers or something?
Well, she used to like the Raiders because a friend of hers used to love the Raiders. I mean, he went and bought like toilet seat covers.
I have a friend who does a Raiders podcast weekly.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I've got a friend who's deep into the Raiders.
I was hoping they were going to be pretty good this year,
but he's from Oakland, so it kind of I give him a pass on that one.
Yeah. So I was like, you don't need to do anything with the Giants. They've already screwed themselves over.
And they benched Eli Manning now.
Oh, yeah.
How did this turn into sports talk?
I don't know. Alcohol. That happens.
You have any before you come over? Because I did.
No.
All right. Our favorite guys who are trying to buy InBev.
They're back.
They're back. Well, actually, they posted one video before this one where they made an offer to InBev of $127,000, and InBev rejected it. I don't know why.
It's a fair offer.
It's a fair offer. I mean, have you seen that building? It's crap.
Yeah. No, Ruby.
So, yeah, they are back with a new way of advertising here. We'll just...
In our attempt to buy Anheuser-Busch InBev, our first offer, $127,000, was met with some pushback. Let's just say they were unwilling to negotiate. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're independent beer. And if we're going to take craft...
Ruby, you're not helping things. You're not helping things.
Coming up with some pretty remarkable ways to raise that last few $100 billion. Ideas.
Now, I think the car wash is a great idea, and I love who they got to do the car wash. I think they should have done more with the scene. Maybe had the guy like washing the window with his beard or something
like that. Or them wearing bikinis or bathing suits.
See, I didn't want to go with the obvious joke. I say play the craft beer guy.
See, I actually like this as the empty American beer bag.
Yes.
Beer festival bag.
Congratulations. When does the baby do? Any way we can speed that up? Get another little pleasure in the family? Our next item up for bid is the wonderful fantasy book, The Fabled Beast of...
Oh, the cover's wrinkled.
Yeah.
How are we making money on this? The house always wins! Up next is this vintage
I did like the
membership card, which comes complete with $17.48 in late fees.
What a bargain.
It's gonna be a classic somewhere.
Totally, yeah.
I know, but you just gotta tell her. You like independent beer, you're gonna keep drinking independent beer. You're an independent woman. Next up, we have a collection of cleansing soaps from my hotel.
And if you guys are fans of the show, you know I have to get up about once a show to let my dog out. She was out 5 minutes ago and she's begging again. I'm gonna let her beg. So, any fundraising ideas, John?
I mean, I was thinking, too bad they couldn't like take all the money and just kind of do a South Park and just all on red and just gamble and go to Vegas and
that ain't a bad idea.
They probably get, if they won, there's your money right there, one shot.
There you go.
Fundraising.
There you go.
I think they need the consent from the 11,000 pledgers they already have.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 11,000 pledgers. They've raised $3.6 million so far.
It's still great, but for the size they need to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I do wonder if they're trying to just go for the largest backing ever. Like a Guinness Book, we've raised the most money for this.
Right. Yeah, I'm still not sure what their end game is. Because this has all been a tongue-in-cheek. Do you know if they're actually receiving the money yet, or if they're putting placeholders on the pledges?
I don't know.
I haven't heard that.
I never even pledged $1.
Yeah, I thought about throwing $10 out there to get it like a cozy or something like that.
And that was the thing. It was when I looked at pledge, I was like, $10. I'd rather go buy a bottle of beer.
Right.
Actually
support craft breweries.
You know what? You know what they should do? This is what there's actually.
They should sponsor my channel.
There's that too. They should sponsor your channel.
We give them enough press time here.
And you know what? What they can do is they can send us the craft beer to drink.
Totally.
And we can do it. But there is a deal going out around now that there are these new things of growlers, half growlers.
Yeah.
And you can get 4 of them for $20. Free shipping to your house. So,
not a bad deal.
So you get basically a gallon of beer for $20, but 4 different kinds.
Nice.
So, or a total of a gallon, but in a variety of 4 different kinds.
Nice.
For $20. Now, if they did a pledge for $10, you think you'd be able to do 2 mini growlers or a growler fill. Mm-hmm. Of these craft breweries that they're supporting, I would do that.
I would totally do that.
If they sold the beer, and then it wouldn't be a pledge, or something like that, I would do that. I don't like canned cozies or
I own one canned cozy, and it is nice sometimes. I use it at work because instead of going to the corner store and getting the 64-ounce giant thing for $1, I'll buy like a 12-pack of soda, keep it in the fridge, and then I've got a canned cozy there, so I can sit there and for 3 hours nurse my soda. Or pop, or whatever the heck you guys call it. I used to call it pop when I was a kid, and then I moved a little bit further north, and everyone here calls it soda.
Yep.
It's weird. Anyway, or if you're in the South, I'll take a Coke. Oh, what kind? We have Coke, Sprite, Ruby.
Yeah, Coke is soda.
Anyway, that'd be awesome to actually have my pledge go to a craft brewery and get me beer and things. I like cozies, I like stickers, I like hats. I really like hats. I'm kind of a hat guy.
I mean, hats would be cool. I like shirts too. $50 for a shirt, that's a bit much. $30, I'd probably give you a shirt. But again, I guess that's that's me buying it at cost, so they're not making any money. But still, the beer for even $20, and they sent me even a growlette. 2 pints. I'd do that.
Says it sounds like a bladder buster. 1 gallon of beer. You don't have to drink it all in one sitting.
I would.
I would. I drink enough beer. I totally could. But it's not a requirement. Just please drink responsibly.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. Shut up, John. All right. It irritates me enough that on my YouTube channel, I think my last 5... I'm starting to get popular enough where I've actually gotten advertisement strikes on my YouTube channel because I drink beer on my show.
What?
Yeah, and so someone has said, we find your material inappropriate for some viewers.
For all ages?
For all ages, and so we're not going to advertise with you.
So what, you're the yellow dot or whatever?
Yes, and so I get the yellow dot for the little money icon. I think I made $30 this month off YouTube revenue, so it's not like a huge hit to me and whatnot. I'm trying to make money other ways, but at the same time, every single week I have to go in and click the please manually review my video, and then YouTube goes in and goes, oh, okay, he's just drinking beer. There's nothing against the policy on that, and then they clear my video from monetization again. The other reason I know I'm starting to make something of this is I'm starting to get spam email offering me opportunities that have nothing to do with my channel. I got one earlier today. I'm going to pull this up and read it.
Please be Arabian Prince?
Not an Arabian Prince. Damn it! This one was funny. Okay. I'm not going to read the name of the business. So I was checking out your videos here, and they sent a really obscure link to my channel, even though you can get to my channel, youtube.com/c/craftcomputing. And after noticing your 925 subscribers, I thought you might be interested in one of our clients. Blank is a small family-run business, husband and wife team based in Los Angeles, focused exclusively on natural organic beauty products. They just launched a new body dry brushing bundle, and I thought it'd be perfect for an unboxing video.
Well, wait a second. What are they saying? That we're like rough? Or
I don't know if they think I'm ugly. I think I'm gorgeous.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Movember has done wonders for this.
I know.
But I'm starting to get this spam now, and my one line reply to them was, "You know nothing of my work." So yeah, I don't know why they thought a PC building and review site would want to unbox dry brush makeup.
Yeah, you never know though. You never know. Maybe it has to do with like the fans, and you can do cool mists or designs in the boxes. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Best estimate, how long before YouTube dies and the next YouTube clone comes along? YouTube will never die.
Probably.
Google has enough money to throw at it, and they get enough in advertising revenue, and they get enough information about your viewing habits that they can make money off it without having to do anything else with it. They still lose money, but they gain money in other areas, and they can sell more advertisements through YouTube. YouTube is not going to die. The problem is the profit share for creators like me is going to go way down. There was a time you could do exclusively YouTube, and if you are one of the tubers or content creators, as they call them, who made it 5 years ago, it's your job and you can do that. I think that's unattainable for me at this point without other endeavors.
Yeah, you'd have to invest a lot of money and a lot of time.
I spend probably $150 to $200 a video is what I try to budget. I make about $30 a month, if I'm being completely open and honest with you. Now, again, I'm an enthusiast. I don't mind spending money on hardware, but a lot of the hardware I buy and sell. If you see something on my channel, like my last video, my Slimline Media Center GT1030 review.
Game box. Great box.
Great box. It's a really cool box. That came to fruition because a friend of mine said, hey, how cheap can you build me a computer? And I said, would you be willing to buy the parts? I'll do the review and then I'll send them to you. So I'm spending as little money as possible. I am getting some hardware hookups now. I'm starting to get some people who are taking notice of me and sending me some parts. I actually have for my Threadripper build, SwiftTech is actually sending me a water block.
Nice.
To do a review on, and I'm so stoked. Thank you, SwiftTech, for noticing me and taking a chance on me. I mean, it's a huge opportunity, but again, long-winded, YouTube is not going to die. There are other platforms starting to emerge. The one that I kind of have my eye on, as much as I hate to say it, is Floatplane, which is Linus Tech Tips' brainchild. More Luke from Linus Tech Tips. They are creating a premium subscription service for content creators, where you don't have to do a Patreon, you don't have to do anything like that. You pay $2 or $3 a month, and you get access to videos that would normally go on YouTube, but like a week in advance, and they try to encourage content creators to do special live events or special streams just for the subscribers. But that gets you a guaranteed revenue stream that's not based on advertising. And so that's one that I kind of have my eye on. I've been trying to dig in for more information on that. I'm really interested. I have a job. I love my day job. It's great. This is kind of an enthusiast project for me. I'd love this to turn into something more. And that is my end goal in all this, is to...
And that way I can just mooch off you.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd love to do that. I mean, wouldn't you love that Threadripper when it's all done?
Oh, yeah, if it's free. And you're just like, hey, I got this from a sponsor. I don't have any room for it.
That's right.
Hey, here's some beer.
It's great to be friends with me.
It is.
A lot of my friends have benefited off. In fact, that Newegg PC, my buddy goes, hey, does that have room for a second hard drive? And I'm like, you know what? I have a 2 terabyte on the shelf. I'll just throw it in there for you. And he goes, holy crap, no way. And yeah, not a problem. So
5 years ago, 2 terabytes was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Black Friday, you could get an 8 terabyte drive for $180.
I know, I saw that, and I was like,
I thought about picking one up. My home server is still a 4 2 terabyte drives in a RAID 5. Don't do a RAID 5 in the future. If you can go to either a software RAID, or if you have enough money to do a RAID 10, do a RAID 10. It's far more stable with large file sizes. John, we built you a server.
We did. That was an interesting. I am still transferring all my files over. I had a little mishap when I came home, though the IP address and everything, but still, it was
little things that you get into when you self-host.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, but other than that, everything got up working fine now. Ended up being, was it 8 terabytes? RAID. 10
terabytes.
10 terabytes.
Yeah.
10 terabytes.
We found John on Craigslist, an HP. Was it a DL350? I think.
I think so. Yeah.
GL350.
Yeah. I know it was 350.
Or ML. It's their tower server. Some HP 350. It's a Gen 5.
Something you find in an office.
It is the same generation as the Core 2 quad processor. So if I'm dating that, it's about 2007, 2008. Anyway, we found that server for about $225, I think, and I threw in a set of 2 quad-core processors and then a better RAID card for it. Yeah. It came with 6 2 terabyte drives in it, which all tested just fine. They had like 95% life left in them. So I don't know if the server just like was purchased and never ran, or if it ran and didn't run a lot.
It was like probably their backup of their backup.
Right, exactly. But yeah, $225 plus a couple of dollars off eBay for some other parts. And John now has a 10 terabyte server with 8 cores and 32 gigs of RAM at home.
Yeah. Yeah, we set up, made a nice little media server out of it, and
we used a program called FreeNAS, which is a great Unix-based NAS system that does software-based RAID with ZFS. And if I'm talking over your head, I've been thinking about doing some server-based videos here, so let me know what you guys think if you'd like to see something like that. But ZFS-based RAID, so he's got 10 usable terabytes of storage, and the drives are literally hot swap. If one dies, you pull one out, you pop another one in, and it rebuilds itself.
Well, yeah, and that's why I was thinking when I saw that 8 gig, I was like, oh, I can do that. Let's swap that out. There's at least 6-7 gigs right there, terabytes, not
terabytes.
Gigs. Right there. I know my own personal computer. I just stacked in. My tower can hold 6, and I stacked in 4 terabytes of media, so now I'm transferring 4 terabytes of media into there, but they're such old drives, they're taking forever.
Yeah.
and my network it's only going 8 or 11 megabits.
You got a 100 meg network at home, don't you?
Yeah.
Let me help you.
Yeah, I know,
Please let me help you.
So, and you can come over anytime. You can make a video out of it. That's fine.
I have gig coming down to my desk. My server is upstairs. And
I know. It's taken me 3 days just to transfer my movies. Now I got TVs and with Japanese anime and all my music and all this other stuff.
All legally obtained, of course.
Legally obtained.
Legally obtained.
Legally obtained.
But Anyway, yeah, I've got 1 gig going from my desk here. I've got an 8-port switch behind me, and that goes upstairs to my server. It's too slow for me. I want 10 gig.
God. You just want instant transmission, basically.
Yeah, so I've been researching some 10 gig switches.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. No, if you want to come by,
it's on the list.
I'll get you some beer.
Awesome.
Actually, it's funny though.
I work for beer.
Yeah, right.
I totally do.
Did you see the iPhone X had a very similar problem with its YouTube videos? Some people were reviewing the iPhone X, and the day they came out, people were unboxing them. And YouTube was automatically queuing them for the yellow dot on them. And
this has been a recurring problem on YouTube, by the way. Like I said, I don't make very much money, so for me it's like whatever. I'll just hit manual review, and a day later I'll make my dollar. So some larger content creators who this is their bread and butter. This is their...
they were furious with YouTube.
Yeah, because you don't get advertising dollars for the stuff that you miss. They'll still monetize your video. They just won't give you the revenue for it.
Yeah, no, people were losing days of revenue for it.
And on my videos, it's usually a 48-hour turnaround from the time I ask for a review, and they will only review if you get 1,000 views within 7 days.
Oh wow!
Unless they have an opportunity.
Yeah,
to do so.
The one I was reading, the guy lost like 30. He was already at like 30,000 views.
Yeah.
And then they just decided to turn it back over.
Yeah.
I was like, that was pointless. It was totally worthless for him. I just wanted to mention that. I saw it as a little thing.
Yep.
You done with your beer yet? I want the next one. It's close enough. That's the slice.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
That hit a little hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. It's better coming back up, trust me.
Yeah.
All right, what are we drinking there, John?
All right, so here is Founders. It's a pretty well-known brewery around the U.S. I believe they're from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ooh, fantastic. Brand new glass. This is a...
I'm no heathen. You know that.
I know. This is Dirty Bastard. It's their Scotch ale. It's super malty. I got it. Who doesn't have one of these in Oregon? It's, you know...
So which one do you have? Oh, you got one of the cheap ones.
I got one of the cheap ones. I like it. It's a little bit lighter on my keychain.
Yeah. I carry a real heavy one. And this is basically the rasp I carry in my keychain. It is Sierra Nevada that I got years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It is like...
I had a couple Sierra Nevada ones, and
it's like an 1/8 inch of steel.
They are. They're heavy. They're thick.
I love this thing. I haven't had any fake copyright strikes against mine. I'm very cognizant about any music that goes on my channel. I make sure to give copyright credit at the bottom of that. I make sure it's free and open license for that.
Look at the pour difference.
Dude.
Look at that.
I didn't tilt it at the end. I was reading.
Yeah. No, this smells wonderful.
Oh, wow.
It just smells wonderful. It's
almost like a butterscotch kind of smell to it.
Yes. It just smells sweet.
Oh. Ooh.
It just so much different than an IPA.
That is
and
good.
An ale. This is winter stuff. This is cold.
I love winter beers.
Yes.
I am all about...
I really like this.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
I could drink...
Ooh. I am so close to going this. This is fantastic. I love...
You gotta finish your glass and then you can decide.
Yeah, I'll decide after one taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's really good. I am a sucker for really thick, chewy, malty...
Oh, yeah. And that's the nice thing about this beer is that, it's 8.5%, and it's not super thick. It's right in that medium body, almost heaviness.
Yeah.
But it's still smooth. It does, like, this one had a bite to it.
Yes.
And there was a spice bite to it. This...
I'm still feeling the bite.
Yeah. Well, Scotch ale should not have a bite to
right.
it.
No, this is super smooth.
It's smooth. It should be malty.
No, this is not a Guinness. Don't let that head fool you. This is not a Guinness.
Surprisingly, this has 50 IBUs, so it's close to the definition of what a IPA should be.
Right.
But It's not, and you kind of taste a little bit of the bitterness.
There's a little bit of that bitterness right on top.
Yeah.
As it's going through, but super smooth all the way through. Like it's you have that bitterness, but it's not overpowering at all, like a hard punch IPA would be.
No.
Which I love the heavier IPAs,
the doubles, the triples, super malty.
Ruby doesn't agree. What do you like, Rue? Yeah. What do you like?
She likes Anheuser-Busch. She wants the peat.
Yeah, exactly. She's a Bud Light girl.
Yes.
She's kind of got that Spuds McKenzie look going. Got the patch over one eye. Yeah. Yeah, don't you? Oh, she's insulted now. Okay. All right, we're getting off topic, John.
Yeah. All right. Next
question: can or bottle, or do you care?
Oh, that's a good
question. That's a good question.
That is a good question. So there's a lot of people are saying you shouldn't care and that there's a flavor difference. Technically, scientifically, a can is better because it doesn't let light in. Mm-hmm. They're wax sealed inside, so it's no different than a keg. It literally is. A keg is just a giant can.
Right.
Although I think if you're drinking
from the can,
from an item,
yeah.
I would go bottle all the way.
Yes.
Because the taste of the metal, once you're drinking from the can, you get that taste, and that ruins it.
Yep. You get that tinny metal taste to it, and you taste it in everything.
Yeah. If you pour it into a glass, you shouldn't taste the difference, and actually the can should taste better. Although I think just society says bottles are cooler.
Right. Yeah, bro. It's that mentality.
Yeah, you have that mentality. You're not where cans are the drunken frat. I'm going to smash it over my head. And
what do we associate cans with? Bud Light.
Bud Light. So it doesn't matter to me. I drink 90% of my beer now out of glasses. Do not chill your glass. Yes. No matter what, that ruins the flavor of the beer.
Room temperature glass, and if you can... most beers will tell you what temperature to serve them at, and it's higher than you think. Mm-hmm. The reason Coors Light says as cold as the Rockies is it's so cold you can't taste it.
Yes, that's the thing.
And have you ever had a room temperature Bud Light? Oh, God.
It tastes horrible.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Whereas these, they say pour them at like 45 degrees. The milk stout that I had in my last video, they recommend pouring at 50 and drinking at 55.
Oh, yeah. I've seen up to 65 degrees.
Right, exactly. And so pay attention, and you can look it up if you want. But, yeah, don't chill your glass. Have a room temperature glass, and then pour and consume at the temperature they tell you to.
Yeah.
You will get the best experience out of it. I'm kind of like you. I pour pretty much everything I drink at home into a glass.
Yeah. I actually do a lot of times, though. I will. My first initial taste is usually right out of the bottle or can.
That's true.
And then I pour.
That's true.
That's my first word. I do recommend too. No matter what you pour, learn to pour with a little bit of head on it.
Yes.
People say, a perfect pour is no head. No, you actually want about an inch to an inch and a half of head. That's going to give you your aroma, flavor, and always smell your beer first.
Just like if you go to a restaurant, you eat with your eyes first, you drink with your nose first.
Yeah.
And I know we're getting into some complex theory here. Bear with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, put a little bit of a head on your beer. When you bring it up, do smell it. You're going to look like a prick. It doesn't matter. Your experience will be better.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. You'll get a lot of great aroma from it.
Yes. Especially a good hard-hitting IPA.
Yes.
All right. Let's get into some tech news.
All right, that's fine. We did a lot of beer.
33 minutes on beer. I think that's a record.
That's pretty good.
Even from when we did a tap room. At a tap house. So a lot of you know, I'm just going to switch over here. I don't know if I'm going to show the article. A lot of you may have read in the last 24 hours that a vulnerability was discovered in macOS, wherein you could get access to a machine by typing in root and no password.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm not.
I didn't have time to read the article.
You didn't know this?
I didn't know this.
Oh.
That's awesome.
So,
give me a MacBook.
Wait. I'm going to demo it for you live.
Oh, this is awesome.
Okay, so the way this exploit works, and this can work remotely if you had nearly any remote service enabled on your Mac to an open network. if you are on a coffee bar hotspot.
Oh, you're screwed. Which most like uppities are.
Right. You could remotely exploit this if you had anything open that would receive information on your Mac that required authentication. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm just going to open a tab. And if you're not familiar with the Mac preferences panel, most of the preferences are locked. They allow you to change a couple basic things in guest mode. But you need to provide admin authentication just like you would for Windows. Okay? And that's done by clicking the little padlock down here. So if I click the little padlock, it's going to ask me for my name. Okay?
Yep. Jeff.
If I type in root and unlock, it's going to say, no, that didn't work.
Do it again.
Unlock.
Oh!
I'm in. Not only did I unlock the control panel, now I've actually enabled the root account with a blank password.
And you have administrative rights, don't you?
I have beyond administrative rights. If you're familiar with Linux systems, I have ultimate administrative rights. It doesn't ask me anything for anything anymore. Not only do I have admin rights to the control panel here, if I log off my machine, I can log in as root into a new GUI, into my own environment. I can access, if you have an encrypted drive with File Locker, your files are now unencrypted.
It's yours, yeah.
Your files are now unencrypted because root has ultimate access to that. If you have passwords saved in your keychain, root has access to that. If you have anything on your Mac, root has access to that.
Oh, this makes me happy.
Yes. So Apple patched it within 24 hours of knowing the exploit, but apparently someone discovered the exploit as much as 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was not widely publicized, and in fact, the first instance someone found of it was actually in the Apple forums, where someone said, "Oh, I forgot my password. I got locked out of my machine," and someone said, "Oh, here's a workaround. Go to your control panel, type in root for a username, hit enter twice, and you'll get in."
It's probably just some like Apple guy.
It could have been an Apple
store.
Yes, it could have been anyone, but yeah. So someone out in the wild has known about this for at least 3 weeks and has not been sharing. It's unknown how long this exploit has actually existed.
The Russians.
Yeah. Well, there's conspiracy theorists out there that think these exploits are put in purposefully.
What computer did Hillary have? Did she have a Mac? She had a Mac, right?
It pains me to say she was probably a Mac person.
The Russians. That's it.
I know she's an iPhone person.
All right. We don't need to get into politics.
Yeah. Feel the burn.
That's funny. I didn't have time to read this article, so
he
sent it over to me, and I was like, all right, that's cool.
That one looks good. Yeah, Apple News, whatever.
That's exactly what it was. And I got called to do some stupid IT report of Access 97's down. Oh, stupid driver reference. There you go. There it is.
So... and here's the funny thing.
Hey, did you patch yours yet?
I have not.
Hey, everyone, just go hook into Jeff's
good luck getting through my firewall. If you get through my firewall, you deserve it. And in fact, you can get onto my server and you can get all my raw video files that I haven't edited yet. That's all that's on this.
There's a lot of him in the shower.
Yep. Good luck getting onto my Unix server. Anyway, here's the really funny thing, is the way you fix this. Okay? So I'm just going to authenticate as root again, because now I can. If I go to login options, and I open directory utility, and this is normally for joining an Active Directory or LDAP domain to do network authentication. If I go, you know what, I'm just going to re-disable the user, the root account.
Yeah.
I'm going to disable it. All right? Root is now disabled. I'm going to quit out of that. I'm going to open system preferences again. We're going to go back to that same padlock. There we go. Root. It's going to think about it for a second.
No, try it again.
And we're in. It re-enables the account and it blanks out the password. Okay, so let's go back to directory services. There we go. Root. Join, open, unlock that again. Root. And I'm going to change the root password. I'm going to just enter a really stupid, simple password. Okay.
That's poop.
So now, there's a password on my root account.
Poop.
Right? Everyone paying attention so far? So there's a password on my root account.
Poop.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to... that's right. I have to redisable the admin account. So now it takes a password. Okay? So we're going to go log in. We're going to join. Directory. Unlock. We're going to say... disable root user. You know what? I changed the password. I've disabled it. So there's a password set now.
Shouldn't even allow it.
Shouldn't even allow it. We're going to relock the system. Root.
Well,
no, wait. You entered the wrong password. Root. And I'm in.
No matter what.
Okay. Apple has now patched this. They issued a patch earlier today.
Are you going to install it?
I am going to install it. However, they managed to screw it up even more.
Ruby doing Chewbacca.
She does an excellent Chewbacca. So they managed to screw up the root password anymore. Now, if you apply the patch and you relied on a root password before, it blinks out your root password and disables the root account. So you have to redo your root account by installing this patch. That's problem number one. Problem number two is if you had any file shares enabled on your Mac, it killed them all. And so there's now this long process to go through to re-enable your file shares on your Mac.
I mean, yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
Right, it's an absolute pain in the butt. And I don't know if they're actually to the root of the problem or if they just put a Band-Aid on it right now. And
was that like pun intended?
Right. Actually, no. I'm just that clever sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too fast for myself.
Sure.
You see what's happening there?
Or I had to catch it for you. Like, oh yeah. That's hilarious, though. I wish I read that.
Yep. that was the talk of the week.
Your office?
Yeah. We're all Mac users at the office. We all use Macs, but support Windows. We support every operating system. I personally use a Mac because I like having a native shell. I like having native SSH. I like having VM support for any OS, whether it's Mac or Windows or Linux or whatever else I happen to be using. And the workflow. I prefer the workflow of the Mac. Mm-hmm. Has nothing to do with my preference for the Mac OS. It just happens to be, well, supports everything that I work with. And most of the users in my office are the same way. On my office computer, I'm actually behind an update. I'm actually on Sierra, so my computer wasn't affected.
Oh.
Two of my coworkers were affected, and so we had a fun time breaking into each other's systems and
all day
causing havoc. Dang it! What in my background, Jeff? It was great. Ruby, what's up? Do you need outside? Well, we're right in the middle of a transition. What's next? John, carry us. I don't care what we talk about.
Or are we going to go to Motorola?
We could probably go Comcast next.
Right.
Let's go Comcast next.
I didn't read this article either.
Really?
No, I was busy.
Gosh.
I had stupid... I had,
you have one piece of homework to do per week.
I had to compact a Windows 97 Access database that was over a gig.
97 or 95?
97.
97, okay.
It was a special one.
So you've updated.
No, it was a special database that they use for their back end. Their front end is 95. Yeah. This is really where it gets clever and messed up. But at the same time, so it was 97 only allows a gig in size. Somehow, this database got to 1.2 gigs.
Well, that's interesting because I actually know the reason it only allows 1 gig per size is it's because of a FAT16 file size limitation.
Yeah. So and then because of all the drivers, I could not compact or repair this thing.
Yeah. FAT16 is a file system, and it has a max file size of 1 gig.
Yeah.
And a max partition size of, I believe, 2.1 gig.
Yeah. So I sat there all day just fun. I had to download this 2002 Microsoft patch that allowed me to compact it, but it ended up transferring it over to another. It was a mess, and all day my boss was just telling me, "Did you get it done? Did you get it done? Did you get it done?" And then I got it done, and he's like, "Great, we'll install it Monday." It's like, well, then why did you yell at me? What? Whatever. Okay. So, and then the art department is just, report this. Hey, let's redesign the report for your program.
Can you move this button 13 pixels over?
You have no clue.
Oh, I know.
Hold on. So
I know.
The button, I have a pop-up that comes up. And then the button was on the bottom. Can we move this to the right? Why? Well, it's ergonomically better because when the drop-down comes down and they want to close it, they don't want to have to close the drop-down. So we just want to be able to click the exit button and have it automatically save.
I feel like you're channeling someone right now.
Oh my god, that's the girl. we have like 32.
Don't worry, she'll never watch this.
Oh no, yeah. We have like 32 people in the art department, and it's just like, I really want. I've asked for this. I wanted like almost a voting system where like you have to come into a suggestion box, and if it doesn't get up to like 30, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, unless 30 individuals ask for it, and it happens.
If it's one person complaining, screw you, lady. I got work to do.
Exactly. That's what I want it to be. But right now, no, and it's end of year, so they're more worried about the end of year budget and everything. So they don't want to launch the program till later.
You're swaying me this direction. Oh, that's good.
The beer?
That's good.
The warmer it gets, the sweeter it becomes. I almost didn't want to put this in the fridge.
Yeah. It needs a slight chill.
It does need a slight chill.
I'll say it.
What does it say? If it says the temperature?
Yeah, sometimes it does. I don't see it. I don't see it on this one.
No. But usually a Scotch ale should be, I like to tell people with a lot of beers too, if the bigger beers anyways, drink half of it cold, and then while you're drinking it, just letting it hold, have both your hands over the cup, have the other half, warmer,
right?
And you're going to taste two different beers, and it's just that experience of trying two different beers. But to Comcast.
So this guy's way ahead of you. Back in the day, I always used MySQL and for database and of access systems.
Oh yeah. No, I actually recommended that to them, and they were blown away by it. Yeah. And they were like, "Why didn't we think of this sooner?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? No. So the program I built a little archiving program that took. Damn. I'm sorry, man. This is just frustrating.
I've heard this story before, so continue.
So they have all information from 2008 all the way now in their Access database, and they're like, "Whoa, we only need to keep 4 years of records. Why? Okay, let's transfer the rest to SQL." Oh, I had to tell them that is even possible.
Hey, I just mentioned. Sorry. I'm popular enough. I'm getting spam now.
Oh, look at it!
I got a cam girl.
Ooh, sexy lips and hearts and everything.
Want to sniff something? Win a pair of my worn black crusty Satan panties. Oh yeah. Black Friday special.
Literally crusty.
And block.
Oh, I wanted her username.
I'll send it to you.
I do want it.
All right.
So I will say though that my job is fantastic in that there are perks to my frustration is that my office is seated right next to customer service. Oh my gosh, the stories are hilarious to hear. Oh my gosh, there's just people yelling left and right.
Anyway, Comcast. Let's yell at someone else for a
whole other podcast on just my job.
That's right. Comcast. So if you didn't watch the show last week, go back and watch the hour show with Rhett last week. We talked the entire hour on net neutrality because it was Thanksgiving. There was nothing else to talk about. Net neutrality is a big deal. Get in touch with your congressman if you're stateside.
Don't do it.
Yeah. We want net neutrality. We want Title II regulations for internet service providers. It is, at this point, a basic need for human survival in the United States. Get it done. Okay. Comcast, or let's start with the FCC. Okay. So the FCC, earlier today or late yesterday, issued a myths and facts about net neutrality. Okay. And it said things like, if net neutrality is repealed, that means internet service providers will be able to block what websites I visit, right? Well, before the 2015 Obama administration's heavy-handed, and they use that phrase like 9 times in the article, heavy-handed regulation on net neutrality, no one blocked what websites you were going to. And if there's anyone you can trust, it's Comcast. They won't block what websites you're going to. We just don't want to make them not block what websites you're going to. Think about that statement.
Oh my
Think about that statement. Okay? Myth. Websites or internet service providers won't charge me more to visit certain websites, will they? Well, before the Obama administration's heavy-handed regulations on net neutrality, no one charged you more to go to different sites. And once we repeal the laws requiring them to not charge you, they're not going to charge you. Trust AT&T, Cox Media, trust Charter, CenturyLink, Fios, Verizon. Trust all those guys. They're just stand-up gentlemen who...
they're not in it for the money.
They're not in it for the money. They're in it for the good of humanity. Yeah. And why do we need to regulate them so goddamn much?
Right? No.
I mean, just let them be companies. Free market.
Right, yeah. They're not going to, downgrade.
Think about those statements for a second. If I sounded at all sarcastic, I was. Yeah. Ooh, time to bring back local user groups and SneakerNet. My man. I'm starting up a BBS server as we speak.
Are you really?
I'm thinking about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, screw Discord. We'll just do BBS.
This is stupid if this passes.
Yeah. So anyway, get involved. Call your congressman. There's a link at the top of the video description. Go look it up. Get in touch with them. Don't just send the blanket cut and paste email. Call him. Get on the phone with someone. Let him know that, or her, or it, gender neutral, that your voice is heard. You want strong net neutrality regulations, and you want Title II regulations for internet service providers. There's two things at issue here. Net neutrality is the regulation that internet service providers must provide any 0 and 1 that passes through their network equally.
Yes.
That they must treat everything equally, whether I'm going to Netflix, whether I'm going to YouTube, whether I'm going to whatever. It doesn't matter. Every 0 and every 1 is treated exactly the same. They can't say, hey, forget about Netflix. We have Xfinity from Comcast. You can get the latest and greatest movies that...
For $9.99.
For No. We'll provide it free with your Comcast internet. But if you want to pay $9.99, we'll unfilter Netflix for you.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what this is going to be.
They're going to be features on your internet provider.
Right.
And
for those who don't think that this will happen, it already happens. If you have AT&T and DirecTV streaming on your AT&T phone, which sounds great, but it sucks if you can't get DirecTV where you live. And those companies are the same company now. And that's AT&T filtering you into only using their services. And so they're the ones making money off all your services. It's not Netflix. It's not YouTube. It's not some new startup who might have better deals and better content that you want to see. It's whatever this company has tied into. It's Comcast saying, don't watch NFL Network. Just watch Comcast Sportsnet for all of your
sporting needs.
Well... Yeah. Again, this is a big deal. Get in touch. Get involved. Please.
It actually will suck if this does pass.
Yeah.
I don't want it to pass.
No one wants it to pass.
No. This I shared with you.
You shared with me. This one was funny.
I did. I just thought it was a good laugh, a good jab.
It was a good laugh.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to play the sound because, again, copyright strikes. I don't want them on my channel.
Yeah. But yeah, it was that big, Verizon, Apple jab, or Samsung.
If you haven't seen the Samsung jab at Apple, it's basically this guy who goes through. He bought a brand new iPhone in 2007, and he calls someone and goes, "Hey, guess what I just got?" And then he's growing up. And he meets this girl, and
she's an Android user,
and she's a Samsung user, and she's showing off all the features that she uses. And at the very end, it's got him with a lightning adapter in, so he can charge his phone and plug in headphones at the same time and go up to. Yeah. And so he's sitting there and he's like glaring at her, and she looks up and he goes.
Yeah.
It's a hilarious app.
I thought it was a great app. All right.
So again, fragmentation within the marketplace when it comes to Android.
Yeah.
Here is Motorola's response.
And Motorola did this.
Motorola's response to the Samsung ad.
So this was it's supposed to take place right at the end of the Samsung ad.
Right. So this is, they found two actors who look very much alike to the Samsung actors. And it's very clear who they're trying to imitate here. And, what'd the girlfriend get? She got a Motorola Z. And she's got a projector in her phone.
Yeah. Oh, it's even better now.
Oh, snap, dude.
My ass, it's like that.
Yeah.
With that much lighting.
Yeah. Upgrade to Motorola.
Yeah.
Not paid for by Motorola. I haven't had a Motorola phone.
Oh, they just came. They're trying to come back, and
they keep trying to come back.
They keep trying to get. I originally.
Who owns Motorola now? Do you even know?
I don't even know.
Google owned them for a while.
I did think though that the idea of attaching things to your phone and constantly being able to upgrade your phone with just small devices was a really cool thing. A couple of years ago, there was a phone company that you could piece together your phone almost like a Lego set.
That was a Nokia concept. Or no, that was a Google concept.
I actually liked that idea.
Yep.
And Motorola's kind of taking that aspect, but I mean, look at how bulky that thing would be.
Yeah, I think it was that thick.
Yeah, exactly. How many of these patches are you going to have to take around?
That was that thick. I don't know if you know what Pico projectors, how much size they take up. I've used Pico projectors. I have a couple of them. It's like 4 times the thickness of an iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool for the 13-year-old teenager that's probably going to want to check out my projector.
But at the same time, I've got a lightning adapter that I can go to HDMI that I can plug into a Pico projector.
But it's not a projector on your phone.
It's not a projector on my phone. It's a projector with its own battery.
It's just the cool aspect of it.
Right.
And that's all Motorola ever does.
Someone says, hey, let's take a page from the EA Star Wars blockade and hit big business in the wallet. So there was other news with EA this week. This wasn't on our list, but EA lost almost $3 billion in stock valuation.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. That's their stock is down 8.5%.
I'm going to buy some then.
Right. And that's what people are saying. It's a great time to buy EA stock. EA's not going anywhere.
They got sports.
Yeah. FIFA makes tens of billions of dollars more than Battlefront 2 was ever going to make them. Yep. Keep voting with your wallet with EA, by the way. Keep doing that. But it's funny you make the EA comparison, because I actually make the EA comparison the other way when it comes to ISPs, where if you don't like DLC or like day one release DLC, where we made an entire game, give us $80 for the game, and then $20 if you want to actually make it the full game. That's what Internet's going to be. That's exactly what Internet's going to be. It's going to be, give us $100 a month, which I already pay. And if you want, let's say, your streaming video package to Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, and whatever, we're going to charge you $15 a month.
It's going to be cable.
Yeah.
It's going to be cable. It's here, you want the base package, which comes with these websites.
That's probably the better analogy.
Here's the premium,
where
you're going to get Facebook, and you're going to get, dare I say it, MySpace.
Right, and
no, that'll be the base package right there.
Yeah.
You're going to get MySpace as the base package, and the upgrade will be Facebook.
See, I thought you were making fun of me because I said MySpace like 5 times last week when talking about
this. I only got to catch like a couple minutes.
I kept saying MySpace, and Rhett goes, "What is this, 2008? You keep saying MySpace." So I'm sorry. I am so out of touch with kids these days. I'm a hardware guy. I don't social media. Except YouTube.
I was like the king of MySpace.
How's Tom doing these days?
Oh, God. He's still got the same picture. Looks really good.
Yep.
Actually, from what I understand, he owned like a small little island.
You get older, he stays the same age?
He's in the same picture.
All right.
Here's a little Microsoft jab.
I'm always game for Microsoft jab.
Right.
So, the Surface Book 2. By the way, I love the Surface Book 1.
I love them too.
I don't know if you ever got a chance to...
I demo. That was a little playing around with them.
We actually own a couple in my organization, and they're fantastic laptops. We didn't have the ones with discrete we have one with discrete graphics, and it runs great. It's the 960M GTX, I believe. Excuse me. Anyway, great laptop. Well, they recently upgraded it with the Surface Book 2, and they introduced 10 series graphics cards, so you can get a GTX 1060 now. Great card. The problem is that, and this actually hit Dell a couple times with Alienware. I know MSI's been hit with this, and I think HP's been hit with this. Their power bricks are not supplying enough power to the laptop to keep them running when they're under full tilt.
Yeah.
And that's basically what's happening again, is they're using an under-spec power supply. Long and short of it. Didn't Justin Timberlake buy MySpace? I don't know.
He did. No, he did.
Oh, he did?
He did buy MySpace.
Okay.
It is now a music... it's more of a music social media.
It was trending music for a while.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad purchase for him.
What it did was back in the early 2000s was, a lot of garage bands would use it.
Right.
And people would be found like that. So then... after, I think, 2010 or so, 8 when it died, and then 10, I think Justin Timberlake bought it, and then he rebranded it in 2014 to be more of a social media for bands.
Right.
And then so you can go on there and find a lot of bands you'll never find on
iTunes.
iTunes. Local streaming.
Pandora,
Spotify.
Okay, there we go.
I don't.
That's what you were going for.
Yeah, I just end up downloading half of my content and just okay, I know what I want to listen to, so that's what I listen to.
I have a Pandora subscription. That's my jam.
Yeah,
but I listen on the way to work, and so it's not like I want to find a song that I want to listen to. It's just play something good.
Yeah.
And I use it like a radio because I drive 30 miles one way to work, and I travel through the Willamette Valley and out of the Willamette Valley, and so radio is really...
I can see that.
I have to transition radio stations halfway to work.
To me,
AM, FM, doesn't matter.
I have my almost 3 terabytes of music, so it's like, I got music to listen to, no problem.
Yep.
And I have plenty to shuffle through to where I'm not going to get sick of it for my 40-minute drive. I'm fine.
Yep, and I've got a Plex server with all my music on it too. But sometimes it's just nice to just literally hit shuffle and
I'll be
or say, you know what, I'm in the mood for this, and this is not a Pandora ad. I'm not paid for by Pandora. Pandora, would you please sponsor me?
We love your music that you play.
Anyway, it's nice to just go, you know what, country today, or 90s pop band, or whatever,
Yeah.
Play me some Matchbox 20 and things that sound like Matchbox 20, and off we go.
And then it plays you somehow Metallica.
No, every single time it's Nickelback.
All right, you look at that photograph.
Every time I can make so many jokes right now.
So for Halloween, I had so many people. So you can see the hair, blonde hair.
I posted on your...
Right. So I had a friend that was like, "Oh, you should come as the Nickelback, meme of look at this." I thought it was hilarious. I really wanted to do it.
That was me.
Was it you?
Yeah, I said, hey, I found John's Halloween costume.
That was hilarious. I thought it was red, actually. I really thought it was red.
No, that was me.
I do have a lot of guys, a lot of friends that crack on my hair.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that I've seen Nickelback 8 times at concert.
Yeah.
It's my wife. It is not me. It is my wife. I love going to see the opening bands, and what really upsets me is the fact that we get there and I only get to see 2 songs because she's in line to get some t-shirt, and then I'm in line to buy 3 beers because I need that many just to get through.
Yep.
And then I constantly keep going back, and I'm sloshed by the end of the show.
Yep. And the problem is when you go there, it's Bud Light.
No, actually, I went to the...
Rose Garden has Deschutes and Widmer on
top. It was... What is the one in Washington? It keeps changing. It was the Sleep County Amphitheater.
Yeah.
And now it's something else. But they have...
Yeah, it's an outdoor amphitheater.
It's an outdoor amphitheater. And
it's west of Vancouver, I think.
Yeah. Just north of Portland, maybe 15 minutes north of Portland.
Yeah.
But they serve craft beer there.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. Really expensive craft beer.
Yeah.
Like $10.
Not $9-10 a pint.
Yeah, $9-10. But they'll give you the bottle, the 22, really? And they're like, there you go, and they pop it right there for you. That's yours. I'm like, can I have that one?
Yeah.
Yes. Can I have that one? Yes. How many people are with you? Me. Okay. I understand. You're at a Nickelback concert.
Yeah, I've gone to the Rose Garden a couple times, and It's not the Moda Center. It's the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
But I've been there, and they do Widmer, Deschutes, and a couple other of the larger established craft breweries.
When you're there, you get the Widmer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or the Deschutes.
And why do I get the Widmer half? You probably know this. If I go somewhere and I don't know...
Oh, it's your standard go-to.
Well, it's my standard go-to, but there's an even more specific reason. If I go to an airport, I get a Widmer Hef. As opposed to like some random craft beer that they have.
Well, you should. Oh, because of the tap lines.
Yes.
Because you know it flows and you know it's probably been cleaned. Yep. So you know it's going to be.
Because I know that Widmer is flowing all day long, and I know I'm going to get a fresh pour instead of that skunky beer that was halfway down the line.
Yep.
Never, never, never look at the tap lines in an airport.
Oh no, actually, so I know the company that cleans them.
Yeah.
And they tell me never do that because the lines are almost a mile away.
Yep. Yeah, they tap kegs, and they'll empty a keg into the line.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No. And if you ever visit Oregon, or if you do live in Oregon, same with the casinos. Never get any of the sodas or beers from the casino.
Yep.
Hard liquor only.
Yes. Yep. That I did know.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end.
Liquor. And a casino.
Yep. Excellent. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back next week. I need to send an invite out. I don't know who's joining me next week.
Steve or Rhett, probably.
Probably Steve, because Rhett was on last week. So probably Steve. Steve's always game. I don't think we'll see Rhett until January. I think he had some side gig that he was doing until the...
Oh, yeah. He's doing music.
Yeah, he's doing a show. Doing a show in Salem. So anyway, you'll see someone back here next week. And yeah, someone said, good to know. Yeah. Go for the mainstream in an airport. Don't get that random beer. Oh, I've never heard of them. Neither has anyone else, and no one's drinking it there either.
Yeah, it's been sitting there for months.
That's right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock Pacific. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.